Hey, so let's see, in the last video I think I had finished up my station and had begun working on my big ship out there, which you can kind of sort of see. I've been continuing to work on it. It's not quite complete yet, but as you can see, it's getting kind of close. It took me several days to piece that thing together. I guess I played a different game yesterday for pretty much the whole day. But you can kind of see it. I temporarily built this thing to dock the ship right here because I got tired of running back and forth all the time. It's not exactly the prettiest ship, but hey, it's like, I mean, aside from my little miniature ships like that one and all those ones, it's like my third or fourth ship I've made. So I'm still learning how to maneuver blocks and do all that kind of stuff. The goal was to make this a little bit more oval, but after working on it for quite a while, I decided to just give up on that idea and just go with this. So, I'm gonna give a little bit of a tour here. So we got all the thrusters. We got two going in each direction. So, and these are the huge ones that take like 1,000 thruster components apiece. I believe my assemblers are done producing all of the thruster components all the way around. It's currently working on finishing up the jump drives, which go in there. Yeah, so I guess we could start. I guess we already started, but in here, this is going to be the main hangar bay. There's going to be two ways in, here, in here. I'll probably have like a stairwell or something right here going down, so that a person could walk out the door and down to here. Yeah, this airlock is actually functioning, so I suppose we could walk through here. Here's a second cargo bay. Got two doors separated by a catwalk that goes back to basically where the bridge is, but there's some other stuff in there too. So these are going to be heavy armor blocks. I just haven't welded them all up yet. I might try and maneuver a welding ship around inside here. I'm not sure if that's going to be a good idea. Maybe that little tiny one that I have will work fine in here. There's, I think, 6 or 7 storage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 large storage containers, so lots of storage. A large hydrogen tank, so lots and lots of hydrogen for refueling ships and refueling me, stuff like that. It's going to be a double airlock here so that I can keep the rest of the ship airtight and open up these cargo bay doors and vent this area. So then this is, I'm planning on, I think this is going to be the Galley. Not 100% positive yet, but we got some storage access right here, so I can access all the storage. Got another little room here. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. We can go down, and this takes up most of the bottom floor. There's basically 2 little rooms like this. This one over here's got windows. Not complete yet. I built this little elevator here, have to go like this to push a button. That takes us down to engineering. So we got a survival kit down here. We got 3 gyroscopes, 2 large nuclear reactors, and I think 10 batteries. I did have one of these things running for a while. As you can see, the batteries are partially filled up. This one, for some reason, looks like it's completely depleted. I don't know what's up with that. But anyways, yeah, and then we got the 4 jump drives. So I don't know what else I'm going to stick in here, but there's plenty of room for something else to go in here. Elevator up. There we go. So we're back to here. This is where the refinery, which I got a large refinery, the full-size refinery, with yield modules, 4 yield modules, so I can process uranium or whatever ends up in the system can be processed, and I don't have to worry about losing stuff. Right now there's some platinum that I pulled from my station. We got 2 H2 connectors and an oxygen tank. I'm probably going to put in another oxygen tank. Maybe even get rid of the second O2 H2 connector and just go with 1 O2 H2 connector and 2 oxygen tanks. This goes up into that cargo bay that I was talking about. So, yeah. This is kind of a storage room. You can see the pistons for the elevator right there. Because I wanted access to the inventory down in engineering, I kind of needed to build this here, which means to get to the other side of that, you gotta walk all the way around, which is really annoying. I was planning on making this more like crew quarters, but because of having to walk all the way around, I don't know what to do with this space. It's kind of a very awkward space. I have no idea what to do with it. So, figure something out eventually. This goes back into here, into the big cargo bay. Not the main cargo bay, but the big one with the 2 small doors. So if we go up here, there's a little, you can look into there. Continue going up. So here we got a med room. So eventually this right here is going to be an all-out medical room. So I'll bring in the other medical room type decorations that are in the game and set that stuff up in here. Yeah. So this is part of the bridge. So I decided with this ship, I don't know, for some reason, like I wanted a 2-story bridge. And that is a large part of what this ship design came from, was just designing basically the reason why I started building the ship was because I wanted a 2-story bridge. This is going to be the captain's ready room. I think I'm going to take these blocks right here out. All of these ones. Going to make the ready room a little bit bigger. And let me see. So I'm going to need 3 more windows, and then maybe even rotate the door and put the door here. No, I think the door is better there, but then do 2 half blocks, like so. There we go. And then this can be like a huge captain's ready room. So yeah, that's going to be awesome. But then over here we got room for 3 more crew quarters. 1 over there, 1 here. Oh wait, 4, because then there's 2 small ones here. Forgot about those 2. So originally the captain's ready room was supposed to be a crew quarter also, but then like I had trouble with the door and like getting it so that I was utilizing the space, and then I was like, hey, you know what, that's like a perfect spot for, and it became a captain's ready room. This is going to be just a common area right here. Maybe put like a couple of screens and some couches and maybe like a small kitchen or something like that. Either that or maybe I could even make this another crew quarters. Who knows? And then here's the second door into the main cargo hangar, where I'm going to park like my mining ship and all that kind of stuff that's going to go in there. So that's the basics of the ship. Nice big windows, so you've got lots of good view. Not sure if I'm going to put the flight seat here or down there. And then I'm going to have, so I installed this mod. It's got all kinds of like control stuff. Let me see. What was it called? Command console pack. So it's got like switch stands and all kinds of cool consoles and stuff. So I'm going to use that to build the bridge. I haven't really played around with it much. I just really looked at the pictures, but it really looked cool. So I think it should make for a pretty sweet bridge. So far I'm still kind of trying to make sure that the ship is airtight, which I'm not that close on yet, because really the very bottom floor I have only welded up part of it. I want to use the big, or not the big, but well, yeah, the big welding ship that I have to do all this, because I'll be able to do all of this in like one trip versus like 50 with the stuff I can carry. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get that thing ready. Oop, not CX. So there's some spots on the outside, like up here also, you can see where I haven't finished welding stuff up. Apparently I completely missed right there too. So what would be missing would be there. Yeah. So because I wanted this hangar back here, the ship looks really weird, and I want to work towards. I've watched a couple of tutorials on how to customize, like build your own blocks for the game. So I'm probably gonna start working towards that with the purpose of like building a block that, like, if this one right here came down all the way, so that instead of it being like this flat piece, it was curved at continuous angle all the way down to here, and then I'll build like a small triangle that would go right here. Which this one right here even is part of a mod that I added, because I was looking to see if somebody else had done this. And they added a couple of really good blocks that are very useful, like this one, and this one, and this one, which is really cool. I like them. It's just they don't quite fill in all the gaps that are needed to build a ship like this. And maybe I'll end up basically cutting this whole back end off and redesigning it a little bit so that it's more consistent. It actually looks a little bit better on this side than it does on this side, but I don't know. Let me go grab the welding ship and finish welding this thing up so I can make sure that everything's airtight. So we're going to use this welding ship. Let's go in here. Make sure we got lots of steel plates. Okay. So, this. Oh wait, I don't need to do that there. What I need to do is I need to go steel plates on this side, and then I can just find that. There we go. Okay, so that's excellent. Before I actually get started, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to queue up 15,000 more steel plates. Okay, let's see, 8. So you can see another mod that I have is the automatic LCD, I think it's called. So it allows me to put customized stuff on the screens, like those 2 screens up there. Usually, one thing I do, if I shut my thrusters off, wait, I'm still moving. There we go. Stop moving, then shut my thrusters off. And if I go to here, I like to usually change the backgrounds and stuff so that they match. I need to go center. So we're looking at 179, 237, and 255. So 179, 237. That's what I got to remember. 237. Well, let me go to 237. Okay, let's see what happens here. I think it was 139. No, it can't be 139. 129 maybe? Is that it? $179, 237, 179. Hit the 9 right. And the 1. So here we go. We adjust this like so. And then I can do the same thing to the screen on the left. 179. And 237. Or 238. I guess that's close enough. And then, oh, that was the text, not the background. I thought I was on background. Okay, so backgrounds. I was wondering why it wasn't changing. But obviously I didn't say anything. Okay, so there we go. Background is correct. And then text. Okay, and that is the left, so now I've got to do the right. And 230. And 170. There we go. It looks a little bit different. Yeah, I must have did that backwards. Let's try this one more time. 79, 237, 250. Background is 88, 151. 88, 151. So actually, I had this correct. And then 88 and 151. Oh, 0, 88, 152. Zero 88 150. There we go. Now left. So leave that one there. We go 237 if we can get there, but apparently it's just going to be 238. 179. And then 0, 88, 151. 151 reminds me of first time I drank Bacardi. It's also the last time I drank Bacardi 151. I've drank other Bacardis since then, but they all have that taste. I can't drink that stuff anymore. Okay, there we go. That looks so much better because now all the screens match. Okay, excellent. Let's turn the thrusters back on and head down to do some welding on the ship. Should probably turn the welder on, huh? Okay. So this is probably going to be boring. I think I'm going to stop the recording for a minute. Hey, so, had to make some changes. I finished up the welding around the outside of the ship. I have not actually tried to seal the ship yet, though. Let's do that real quick. All I should have to do to test everything is... I went down one too many. Whoops. If it worked, I should only have to close that door and this door. Now the entire, oh no, because of that up there. So there's one more thing I guarantee is going to be a problem. And that is the door going back into the very back cargo bay, this one right here. So I need 4 metal grids, 3 tubes, 2 motors, 2 displays. I think it was 4 metal tubes, 3 tubes, 2 displays, I'm pretty sure there's something else, 2 motors, and 4 bulletproof glass. 2 motors, 4 bulletproof glass. Excellent. I love these rotary airlocks. They're so awesome. Okay, so if I go down to this floor, still not airtight. Something's keeping me from being airtight. I'll troubleshoot that. Keep working on it in time. Right now, what I kind of need to do is I ran out of... Oh, I know what the problem is. Now that I closed those doors, it might actually work. Nope. Because it is one of the 4 jump drives, which is why I need to go looking for gold. Because I ran out of gold, so I can't finish the jump drive. I got 3 of them. Got basically everything else completed, including all of the thrusters on the outside. I guess I might have included that in the montage. I'm not sure what I'm going to cut from. I recorded for like 50 minutes before. The first like 20 some minutes are fine, and then it was just me running around on a welding ship. And so, anyways, right now I want to grab some uranium. Let's go 48. Put 48 there. And 48 there. So, not sure how fast these things... They use your uranium pretty quickly. That's okay. charge up the batteries. Unfortunately, at the moment, though, it's charging the batteries in the station. So that's unfortunate. I need to figure out where to put another door back there somewhere. Because right now the only way to get off the ship is basically through here, which is kind of a long ways around. Okay, what I needed to do is I need a flight control seat. So I was going to take apart the cockpit, which will hopefully get me everything I need for the cockpit, or for the flight control seat. I bet there's going to be a few things missing. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's go actually right here. Flight control seats. I bet that is not on my bar. It isn't. Alright, so I think this will be the last clip for this episode when I upload. But I was working on the crew quarters on the bottom floor of my new ship Voyager that I built. So as you can see, this goes down to engineering, and this goes out to where the refinery is. I didn't mean to actually hit that button. Oops. Didn't mean to hit that button and come in here. But yeah, one other thing you might have noticed right there was that I got my ship airtight. The problem was actually, I think it was this block right here. There's a staircase going up right there because of the cargo bay that's up there. So anyways, yeah, so this is my crew quarters. It's got 3 bathrooms with 3 showers, 6 beds, and 6 sets of lockers. So yeah, has access to a cargo container. Not that people who actually live here would ever need something like that. We got some couches to sit, some tables to sit, and a TV. You know, I mean, the table would be great as if we could like place like a deck of cards on the table. That would be so awesome. Anyways, yeah, and then the TV, I set it up so that it changes the image every 15 seconds. So yeah, kind of cool, I think. I don't know, you tell me what you think. One other thing I did was I added doors on every floor so I can separate, just in case there's ever a problem. Like I end up in a firefight or something, I can like hit a button on the console and it'll like close all the doors. So even though maybe the top and the bottom floors will vent, like this one right here wouldn't vent, so I wouldn't waste quite as much air. And let me see. This is the staircase that was a problem right here. I originally had it here and then it was less of a problem, but that created a problem with these heavy armor blocks that I wanted for the floor, where I plan on being able to park ships and stuff like that. Anyways, yeah, so you can see here's the second set of doors, and then here's a door. And then this one I had to do a little bit different. I had to put these like here and a door here. And there's a door here because this here is attached to up there. So that allowed me to separate this room from this big room here. And then if we go up here, then there's doors here that separate these rooms from this big room. So, yeah. Still haven't worked on this much. Working on probably going to put together all this kind of stuff in the near future. It's weird. My ship always sinks. It doesn't stay level. Like, I brought it in, I parked it, and it was perfectly level with that so that the gravity field would be the same. But, yeah. Anyways, it's all good. So, can I... There we go. That's what I wanted to do. So, I think that's going to be it for today. Actually, the last 2 days, because I worked on most of what I'm editing into this episode yesterday. Planning on in the next episode, which there's going to be a couple of days where I'm not really going to be playing much because I have to go to a funeral. So, anyways, yeah. Thanks.